Alright, so I needed to make another video because after I got done with everything, I realized it was an hour long, and you guys don't like me that much. I don't have anything that awesome to say. So, decided to make another video. I'm going to cut out the Horde Night. You guys have seen Horde Night. You do it all the time. So, the base that I made, that I was talking about in my other video, is going to be what pops up here. Again, I used creative mode, I used cheats, I used God mode, everything was there. So again, this is going to be something that you'll find later on. I don't usually use God mode when I'm starting these games, just because I like the experience of having almost nothing and fighting zombies. Just kind of, it gives you something. It makes it more challenging. When you get into stuff where you're using God mode and they can't do anything to you, it's not really that fun anymore. So I'll still explain how everything works, but just know that anytime that I'm playing on an actual game, I don't use God mode. I don't use cheats, I don't use creative mode, I don't use any of that stuff. Everything that I build is basically, I've found everything that I have and I use it all, minus this server. This server's name is Test, and that's, or Ideas, I think, maybe. But that's literally what this is it's finding locations, it's finding new bases, it's building them. So I saw a video on this and thought it was really cool, and I wanted to show you guys. So this base is 20 blocks by 20 blocks. I built it on the side of a trader away from the town. Zombies will spawn in basically, this obviously will depend on which side you build it on, but basically a 90-degree angle off either side. They'll kind of spawn in this arc. They don't spawn on the other side of the trader, so you don't have to worry about them beating on the other side and coming out and finding 50 zombies stuck back there. They will all come to you. The Horde Night that I did on this one, there was very minimal damage. That's one hit there, maybe two, and that was about it. They basically all funneled in here. Now, one thing that I did mess up, and I'll change, so these arrow slits here, really nice feature. They allow you to put dart traps back there. The dart traps don't obviously hurt anything. They shoot right through. The arrow slits come from wooden frames. I believe that is the only ones that you can get them from. I only use wooden frames and then upgrade them through wood, upgraded wood, cobblestone, concrete, until I get rebar frames, and then I use rebar frames. So I don't know if, iron frames or anything like that, if you can make them. If the video is not too long, I'll check that out at the end. But the other thing I learned when I did the other video that was too long was the dart traps are only 2 blocks back. There's 2 blocks and then the dart trap, and I think I need to make it 3, just because the zombies would come through here and then start beating on these blocks. Trying to get through here rather than trying to get through these blocks to get to me. That's really the only damage that was taken on these blocks. I didn't fix any of these at all. In fact, I fixed that one and that one. Actually, I think I only fixed this one during Horde Night, but this one also took some damage. So, without rambling on too much more, let me show you how to build it. So the key on this thing is to make sure that this is quote-unquote the thinnest part, so the zombies will want to get to you through there. Basically, it's 3 wide all the way around, and then these angled pieces come in to funnel them in there. From here, all of this is all solid, upgraded. Same on this side, and then it comes down. So this last angled piece, and then there's 1, 2, 3 wide. Except for they're gonna fix that. I also have 5 layers of electrical trap or electrical wire that that'll save you a lot. Turn off God mode here, but these trigger plates basically mean that I don't have to turn it on and then turn it off. It'll automatically turn on when they hit. So they're pretty well damaged after that horde night. So what are we at? Is it gonna say? No, it's on this side. 49 out of 200 on, well, on 3 of them. So this one has 5 layers of electrical wire. Obviously you don't need that many, but this is more of a end game test of a base. So, you know, like I was saying, so you got 3 here, or 3 on all corners. All of this area is solid. This is basically to make sure that when they're coming to here, that they're going to hit these walls and they're basically just going to bounce off and want to come this way to you. If I move these dart traps back and get rid of this electrical fence, and then add another layer of the arrow slits, I think that should stop them. If it doesn't, I will make another video and let you guys know. But know that if it does work, I won't say anything. We'll just go off of that. So you've got your outer walls here and your inner walls here. This will all support the roof that you put up to make sure birds and everything else aren't coming down on you during horde night. Also to make sure they don't jump up and over. They shouldn't do that around the outside, just here. So if you're not worried about birds, I would say at a bare minimum, from basically, I would say that corner all the way to here. Make sure you put a roof up. The rest of it, that's up to you. You can do it as you please, as long as you don't mind fighting off birds. So a buddy of mine and I had a horde night that we went through and used a base identical to this, except these 2 layers were all wood, upgraded wood, all the way around. The outer layer was cobblestone all the way around. Believe I just had enough for 2 high. And then all of these were cobblestone, all of these were cobblestone, and then he had found enough concrete while he was out looting that we were able to upgrade these to reinforced concrete before the horde hit. We didn't have a whole lot more left, and everything that was left, I made sure I had enough to repair anything that they got through. Funny story, so similar to here, how they were hitting these and then basically breaking through this way rather than coming this way. Him and I, basically we realized it, and they broke the first block. Mind you, there's 2 blocks wide here. They broke the first block, and so I went over here, he went over to that side, and we're fighting him off, and I'm fixing stuff up. I didn't realize he hadn't taken equipment or the materials to fix the walls. So as I'm, standing, let's say here, and I'm shooting through, they'd broken through the top block there. There's 2 blocks here, and then this block was gone. No, I take that back. So there was, this block was still there, the 2 that were here were gone, and then the other block was gone. So it's basically just this block that was keeping them there. And so I was fighting, shooting. Once they cleared out, I dropped another block over there in front of this one, upgraded it as much as I could, and was fighting. And then all I hear is, oh crap, they're through. And I look past the zombies. Mind you, there was a hole here. We could see each other. I see that the other side had completely broken through. And as I'm fighting, I look this way to make sure they're not coming around, because I saw 2 zombies running. And I see him. He's standing right here, aiming this way. And I'm shooting this way. For whatever reason, the zombies felt it was faster to go through the 2 blocks that were here than it was to go through the opening there and all the way around to get to us. Not sure why. I thought, any opening they would go towards the easiest path, damaging the least amount of material they had to get to you, but apparently not that horde night. So we finally got a break in. The zombies coming after us, and so I took off this way. I told him to stay. He was fighting off the zombies he could see. I come over this way, drop a block real quick, upgrade it, put 2 blocks down long. We fight through it, and as gluttons for punishment that we were, once I fixed everything in here, we cleaned up all the loot, dropped it off, and made sure everything here was good. We knew that this spot wouldn't work, so basically we logged out back here at 2 o'clock in the morning or so, 1:30. Logged out, logged back in, and then basically just ran to this side, and we fought the zombies from here the rest of the night. And I'll have to fix that when we eventually get back on that server. But so again, I think if I take the dart traps out, move them back, I think that should be enough. But again, none of this stuff got damaged. They all funneled in, and then they hit these blocks instead of these blocks. So I'll go ahead and fix that in the next video and post something maybe. I'd like to make a video of the 2 of us on the map that I'm actually talking about, where I built this. To see. This is not an original design by any means. I've seen tons of these on YouTube. They are out there. They do work really well, and unlike the pit base, there's no cheats, there's no gimmicks, there's nothing really for wargaming Jesus, I play World of Warships too much. Nothing for fun pimps to take out of the game, other than how these are built and whether or not they have the full hit points of a full block. So I'm going to pull wood blocks out of here so I can show you guys real quick how, not wood, how I made, there they are, these. So when you get your wood frames, shape, here's your arrow slit. I believe that's the only way you can make them, and then this also with the wood slit I believe is the only way to make these. But basically you'll make wood pole, hold R again, advanced, and so what you're gonna do to make those is left click until they start looking like that. Now basically what you want to do is you want to make a big square. So if you start here, actually, you know what? Let's go over here. It's easier. So you want to make a big square. So what you do is you find, say this is going to be your square. Put that one there, and there. You've now made an area that you can walk. Well, it's a little high, but basically you've made an area that you can't walk through. Like, zombies can't get through down here. Dogs, spiders, zombies, nothing can get through these unless, as you're attacking, they fall down. they can get pushed by the horde through, but it's only going to be the ones that you knock down. So basically you've made an area that you can still walk right up to, and they can walk up to this side, right? And, well, here, no collision. So you can walk right up to it on either side, but it's 4 thick, and they have to break down all the blocks. Now, if they block, in here, if they break down both of these bottom blocks, anything that's a crawler, a dog, anything like that can get through. So be aware of that. They can get through those. If you wanted to, you could maybe put like hatches. I don't know if you guys have seen it where on videos people will be like standing behind hatches. They'll have, just be, say this were, if you were standing, this was the floor, they'll have like a hatch here, and the roof is there, and they'll stand in this little corridor, and that hatch will basically, well, it'll be sitting more like this when it's closed, and they'll be fighting them through here, and because the hatch is open, it works as a wall, so the zombies can't get through, and they'll basically just get stuck on the hatch. You could probably build hatches here and put blocks here, and then you could fight them, right here behind the hatch. If you liked, if you wanted to, as just an extra security layer. But yeah, so walls are 3 thick all the way around, 3 thick on the inside, and the roof is 1 thick. You've got angled parts. The zombies will basically just funnel into that area right there, and that's an easy peasy horde night that you don't have to worry about. If you have any questions, let me know. On my pitfall base, I'm actually going to build one of these on the other side of the map. So so if you see like this is me zipping around. But basically, on the other map, I built my base down here, and there's a bunch of towns and stuff this way. So what I want to do is make it so that I don't have to go back and forth on a horde night. So up here, on the other map, I will actually build another base for horde night, but I think I'm going to do this design. Maybe have like this would be ground level, and then make it, dig it down, and then have a ramp down this way, so they have to, come downhill. I saw another YouTuber that had that, and this at the end, and basically it just made it easier for all the loot to get pushed down the ramp to you, so you didn't actually have to go down the ramp while anything was going down. You can, pick up all the loot. So we'll see. I got a few different ideas, but yeah, so this is what I had, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments.